So we're going to tackle offers on pop-ups, and I'm going to stress this because it's part of the other course as well. But this is our time to grab information from people, and this is our time to make it very clear that someone should be opting into something high intent and be able to take advantage of that. So, is the pop-up offer presented at the right time? Is it presented after someone has had a chance to view the page product? Is it presented right away? Is the conversion better for a pop-up based on when it appears? We showed you the list of all the pop-ups that we run. We showed you some of the insights of forms of how things perform based on different locations with different subversion subscription to conversion rates. So 100% with AOVs, revenue, and everything else, when your pop-up exists matters. So which forms are opting in and how that the exact offers across all these. So we know that timing matters. We know that when it's presented matters. We know that there's a conversion rate that's different based on when it's presented. Um, and we know that that offer is being presented to people based on where they're coming from. So the landing page shows up a certain time, it has different wording on it. Quiz page has different wording on it. Wherever it is in that journey, we have an offer that's like presented to people. Even if the offer is the same, the language is done in such a way that allows people to take advantage of it. Does the pop-up provide real value relevant to the buying decision or price? Does the offer relate to making a purchase? Does the offer relate to making multiple purchases? Can the offer be actioned immediately? Super important on this one. We've seen like a rise in things like cash back and things like that. That's not actionable on the purchase. And as an offer being presented on a website outside of normal sales that you have, like I said in previous lessons, your offer should usually tend to be a percentage. It should be a percentage that's lower than your Black Friday offer, but higher than your bundle offer, so that there's some incentive for someone to take advantage of that offer. The way that Shopify works specifically is you can't combine discount codes. So it's just gonna take the greater of those offers. So if you have a bundle package that's greater than the offer that you're providing, then it you just get the bundle and you can't really use that offer and it doesn't make any sense why to sign up. So when you're scaling these and you're making them happen, you gotta keep into consideration how this is structured. Uh, can you take advantage of that offer right away? Huge caveat to that one. Like you should be able to take advantage of that offer right away. There shouldn't be anything that you should have to do. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops. Shouldn't have to like spend a certain amount. There's nothing that you should have to do. The whole point of this is to get product in the hands. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. So does the pop-up offer show percentage or dollar off? Is the pop-up value easy to understand relevant to the price of the products? Is the pop-up value clear on how it can be used? Any restrictions on the use of the offer? Dollar amounts. Everyone loves split testing these, whether it's cashback or whatever. The way that dollar amounts work, though, is you have to hit a minimum threshold. When someone's trying out a brand for the first time, they're not looking to hit a minimum threshold. They're looking to find the product that they're interested in. They're looking for a discount on that product. This is a very clear differentiation between company journey and customer journey. The company wants to make the most amount of revenue on every order. The customer just wants to try the product and verify whether or not it's worth the price that they're going to pay for it, and then they want to come back and purchase more if they want to on a secondary purchase. That's just the way these things work. The sooner that we as marketers can change our mindset to understand that it's not about getting the most we possibly can out of a first purchase, but it's getting the most about a product into hand that allows people to experience our product that's good, that's going to drive repeat purchases and good word of mouth, the better off we are. There's short-term gains versus long-term gains. You should always be playing for long-term gains. You should know where your strengths are, you should know where your weaknesses are, and you should be working on getting the highest quality audience into your website that converts so that you get the most amount of product into the market so that people can talk about it, have a good experience, and move on. If you sell 1 million units and they all break in the first week, you're going to be out of business. That's easy. Like if it's a bad product, it's not going to fit. It breaks, you're out of business. That's the way it works. So it's not about the quantity that you're selling or the prices that you're selling for. It's about the quantity of people that come back and the experience and the relevant perceived value they have with that product. Make it easy and frictionless for people to take advantage of that first offer that you're showing them. That first annoying thing that you put in their face better have an offer that they can leverage on that first purchase. No minimums, no nothing else. Get them from point A to point B and do it properly. Does your pop-up display the coupon code without leaving the page, or is it also sent via the channel sign up? Is there a delay? I've seen this before. It's crazy. I've seen people delay their coupon code via email by as much as 10 minutes. And I asked them why, because if I look at our responses and I know that the time to purchase is 25% of people purchasing in less than 7 minutes and they're delaying that code, you're costing people sales. And this happens a lot in some accounts that I see because people like to delay it, whether it's a text by 10 minutes or whatever. Statistically speaking, this is the stupidest thing in the world to do. If someone's opting in for an offer, let them get it right away. Let them show them the coupon code right there. Don't make them leave the page. Send them a backup to their email in case they forget to write it down or copy it, etc. But you got to make it easy. You got to make it easy for everyone. Does the pop up contain a compelling offer? This up a little bit. Does the coupon code usage comes with strings attached? Are there strings attached clearly stated? So many times it's not clearly stated what the limitations of the offer are specifically on that pop-up. If you have restrictions, please state them clearly on the pop-up. While we're on this as well, privacy policy and terms of service, link to those guys in every like first opt-in on that pop-up. You got to have that stuff present. Too many companies are just ignoring these little details. And if you have special offers or restrictions or stuff like that for people that are opting in through that channel, create some terms around that offer so that people know exactly what they're opting in for. You don't want abusive coupon codes either, so be very clear on like how that structure is working and what that looks like. A lot of people use generic coupon codes in their pop-ups. It's then you lose the attribution. You don't know who's coming from what, etc. So it's all these little things that actually play into something as basic as a pop-up, but they exist across everything else. If there are strings attached, are they clearly stated? Make them clearly stated. 20% off, 10% cash back over orders over whatever. Don't hide that in the fine print. You're going to piss people off. Customer journey, company journey. Err on the side of the customer. Does your website offer bundles or bundle pricing? Is the bundle pricing clear? Is the bundle pricing easy to compare and understand? Super important. This is one of the most common offers that websites have, specifically in e-commerce, where there's different bundles that exist. Actually, Shopify just pushed out a recent update that allowed people to do automatic discounts in a bundles app, which is going to change things a little bit easier and make things a lot easier for people to understand kind of what's going on with these. But there's far too many websites that I go to where if I buy multiple, I'm not rewarded for buying multiple, and that makes zero sense to me. If I go into a store, there's always some degree where you get three for the price of two, whatever. In retail, there's usually an incentive to buy more, save more across most things, but online it's just not the same way. So when you're building offers strategically in general, there's a couple shifts that I see happening. There's been this push towards memberships, which I don't think is going to last personally, simply because I think that the more you buy, the more you save in memberships, and the amount of sales that happen online that can happen at the drop of a hat just push down the value of memberships quite a bit. Or if I get a membership, I'm going to buy everything that I need and then cancel my membership. It's the same thing we see with subscription products where people subscribe for the savings and then they just cancel. So be aware of when you're structuring offers, what they look like. If you're structuring a bundle, why is it a bundle? Are you using a bundle to clear out dead stock along with a product? Are you giving them a deal on it? Are you giving another offer where you think they should experience multiple products within the same line of things because they're a good fit together? Is it a bundle on two of the same product because they should stock up on it and you want to provide them with a discount so that your AOV goes up? What is the mentality for creating a bundle relevant to your margins and your shipping costs and everything else? So those are all things that you need to factor in. Um, you can also leverage pop-ups to show offers to only certain people, which I think is something that we don't do enough. But there are times where you only want to show existing subscribers or purchases an offer that is not present on your site, or allow them to opt into something as a reward for coming back, etc. There are ways to structure offers like that I think are really, really smart. And I think that we need to generally work in a better approach in order to reward people that come back and purchase, or reward people that come back multiple times and haven't purchased. It's also a thing. Uh, Legit, only like 20, 30% of your subscribers are ever going to end up converting. So if they come back and they still haven't converted, that you could have a different offer that pertains to them, a deeper, steeper offer, etc., which you see a lot in welcome series. Which drives me a little nuts actually, because I'd hate to be that guy that, buys early using my coupon code and then you just give me a bigger discount later in the series, because that's going to change my customer perspective and journey to just waiting till the end of the welcome series if it's not something I absolutely need because I know I'm going to get a bigger discount on it. Be careful when agencies are pitching that stuff or when you're like presenting this stuff. You should be able to convert most people based on everything that's on the website. You shouldn't need an offer chasing with discounts and other things. Yet Shopify themselves keep saying people haven't purchased in a while, send them a coupon code. We are such a discount heavy society in terms of driving revenue that I haven't met one retention agency, quote unquote, email agency that doesn't base the majority of the income that they earn based on sending out coupon codes and segmenting and getting more revenue that way. But they're based on their revenue figures. I've driven 150 million in revenue. Yeah, what was the profit? How much of that was coupon code driven? How much of those coupon codes with buy one, get one did you send out that drove mass amounts of revenue but was net negative on profit? How many of those emails went out during Black Friday with 40% off sales? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves as marketers to better understand the unit economics behind these things. So when it comes to offers, pop-up and or otherwise, email or whatever, gotta know what the numbers are behind this stuff. I'm more impressed by someone that's driven a couple million in profit than hundreds of millions in revenue with zero profit. As all these IPOs are starting to find out they're listed on the stock market right now, it turns out you're not worth a lot if you're not driving a consistent profit. So, end of the day, think about this productively. Whatever offers you got, make sure that they're fair. Make sure that they work into your unit economics and make sure that you can limit who has the availability to the offer so you can maximize your profit the entire way through.